guys, and welcome to another kit review. So today we're doing something slightly different. As you can see, it's just an engine. Okay, this kit is from Roden. It is in 1/32 scale, and the kit number is 625, and it is a World War I Hispano-Suiza 8Ab. So Hispano-Suiza introduced the 8, which is literally a V8 engine, in 1914 for use in fighter aircraft for the Allies. And as the war progressed, they realized that they needed something with a little bit more horsepower, and they developed, among other variants, the 8AB, which had 180 horsepower. And this aircraft engine actually powered the British SE-5As and also the French SPAD 7 fighters during World War I. It was built under license with various modifications by Wolseley of the UK, and also Wright in the USA. It was built in Spain and Italy and France, okay, for all their different fighter aircraft. So it was probably one of the most popular aircraft engines of the time. Okay, so that's a little bit of history. Let's have a look and see what we get. So as you can see, there's the engine. You also get a display base, a stand, and a propeller. And there is also Photo Etch included in this kit as well, which is mainly the electrical connections for the spark plugs, and also a nameplate for the base. Okay, so that's the kit on the outside. That's what the box looks like. Let's have a look at the rest of it. So on the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different languages, all basically saying the same thing, which is a brief history of the engine and the aircraft it was used in. Okay, on the back we have the 5 other kits that Roden manufactures. These are all World War I aircraft engines. Okay, you have the Gnome Monosupapa, the Oberursel UR2, the earlier Hispano-Suiza 8A, the Wolseley Viper, which is basically a licensed built, slightly modified Hispano-Suiza, and also the Mercedes D3. Okay, so 3 Allied, 4 Allied, and 2 Axis engines for fighter aircraft in World War I. Colour callouts, okay, they are Model Master, 9 colour callouts for this aircraft. Fairly straightforward and simple. Okay, so that is the back and the front, and let's have a look and see what's inside. So, 1 bag of sprues, you get Photo Etch, base, 2 sprues, plus the instructions. Okay, and that's literally all you get in this kit. Alright, so in a second, we will have a look at the instructions in the sprues and see what I got. Okay, so instructions first, and let's have a look. Ukrainian, English, German. Again, a history of the development of the engine. Okay, what aircraft it was used in. It says here SE-5A and the SPAD. Okay, down the bottom you've got your performance specifications. This is a V8 engine developing 180 horsepower at 2100 RPM. Okay, so really nice little bit of information there. On the next page, you've got your normal warnings about be careful, read the instructions properly before you start. Sprue layout, including some parts on the sprue which are not used. Your Photo Etch, display stand, propeller. And there are only 2 sprues in this plus a propeller. Again, your Model Master color callouts, and construction is fairly straightforward. two engine blocks because it's a V8, your main block and sump. This is your photo etch going on. That looks to be the electrical connections for the cylinder heads. And then we've got the, I would say, carburetor and intake manifolds. Okay, that goes into the center of the engines. So fairly straightforward. A couple more fittings are going on the bottom of the engine, on the sump section. And then, literally, that's it. Not much to build on this engine. A few small parts. It's all in the detail and the painting. So as you can see here, okay, you do have some photo etch parts going on for the propeller. Okay, and then it gets mounted on the display stand. And that's the best way to display it. You do get your exhausts. Okay, so literally fuel went in the cylinder heads and they came straight out of the exhausts. That was it. And part of the display stand is a photo etch nameplate. And that literally is building this engine. Okay, so let's have a look at the sprues. First we'll have a look at the photo etch. Alright, really nice photo etch. Very fine. Nice aging to the display base nameplate. Very small parts, very thin parts. Okay, these two rings here are for the propeller shaft, and oops, sorry, that went out of focus. Yeah, focus. There we go, that's better. Sorry guys. This is your electrical connections for the spark plugs, I assume. And as you can see, if she'll focus, there you go. The photo etch was made in the Czech Republic. Sorry about the blurriness. It's being a bit funny today, isn't it? Alright, so that's some very fine photo etch. So a very sharp blade to take that off and a lot of care. Okay, so that's the photo etch. The next critical part is the propeller. Okay, so there's no wood grain on this propeller, but there are videos on YouTube that will tell you how to paint a wooden propeller so it looks really nice. So that's a fairly easy, straightforward one. I like that. That's a nice propeller. Alright, so let's have a look at the actual sprues. First up, the important one. Okay, so as you can see, it has two cylinder block bases here. These are your cylinder blocks and your sumps. That one there is not used. Okay, that is for another engine, and this part here are not used. Apart from that, everything else is used. Let's have a look at the detail and have a look. That's really nice, clear bolt detail. Okay, there's a little bit of flash. I won't call it even flash, just a little bit of fluff, whatever you want to call it, right there. That's easy cleaned up. Really, really nice detail on the cylinder blocks. As you can see, the detail, there are some small parts here which will need care removing. That's your exhaust pipes and your intake. But overall, the connection points, even for the small parts to the sprue, are quite small, and it should be quite easy to remove those from the main sprue without destroying them. So I do like that, and I do like the detail on the engine blocks. And the only other sprue I've got to show you is this one. Okay, so there's your display stand. Not much to it, fairly straightforward, pretty basic. And this is your framework. So not a great deal of detail on this framework. It is actually just a display frame, but you could paint that almost anything just to make that engine stand out. And that's it, guys. That's all there is to it. 2 sprues, a propeller, and some photo etch. And that is Roden's 32nd scale Hispano-Suiza 8Ab. Alright, so nice short one. I hope you got something from this video. I'm actually looking forward to building this. I think it will be a nice little display thing. If you're into World War I aircraft, into any kind of aircraft, or just want something unusual to display on your model shelf, definitely keep an eye out for these. So, anyway guys, like I said, that's all there is in this review. I hope you did get something from it, and until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.